Raw dogging reality. Raw dogging reality. All right. So today we're going to talk about seven, magic number seven, which is why I chose it. Ways to overcome any addiction, compulsion, or bad habit. And this is from hard won experience. Number one, admit you don't know. That's one of the best prayers you can ever do. I don't know what I'm doing right now. Even if you're praying to nothing, just say, I don't know what is going on. I seem to be suffering. You can't solve the problem from the level of consciousness that created it. I remember not long ago, I drank a ton of gin, ate a ton of pizza, and ate some ice cream. Woke up at 2 in the morning. Deepest suffering I've ever been in. Asked for help at 6 a.m. Had to survive 3.5 horrible hours. That was the turning point of my entire life, you could say. It wasn't the day I got sober, but it was a time I really didn't know what the fuck I was doing. That's why people talk about bottoming out, but just you can bottom out whenever you want, as long as you say, I don't know, I call on something else to come in and help me out. Number two, this might be the something that you call in to help you out. Community. That could be a 12-step meeting, it could be a Sufi meeting, it could be a Christian meeting, a Quaker meeting, or it could be just someone that you are asking to be your accountability partner that you're going to text every day. And ideally, there's people in these groups or these individuals that you're texting every day, there's people that you want to be like them, and you actually kind of want their approval. There's nothing wrong with wanting someone's approval. I've had a lot of older males be my sponsors, or just my friends who I said, I'm going to text you every day. And God damn it, it works. We need father figures and mother figures. And texting people daily or emailing them is one way to really commit to your self that you're going to make a change, because just hoping that you white knuckle it or do it on your own, that ain't going to work. It's never worked. Why would it work now? Number three, call on your higher self. In the program, they say the words higher power a lot. I think it drives some people away. I don't really have a problem with it. I'm just saying that maybe it drives some people away. What if we just replaced it with higher self? Call on your own Buddha nature, your own inner spontaneity, intuition that knows what's good for you and what's not. Call on the part of you that doesn't want to suffer, and it will guide you. Number four. So far we have admit you don't know, community, call on your higher self. So my example of calling on my higher self was the day that I got my tattoo was my dad's 100th birthday. It just happened to coincide like that. And I could feel this alignment happening. It was a root chakra tattoo, and it was like, I am rooted. That was lucky that it aligned so beautifully for me, but I knew that I was there for me. I was the father I was always looking for. So be the father and mother you've always been looking for. You can just call on it starting now. You don't know how to do it? Start it now. Just feel it. Number four, stop giving a fuck about what anyone else thinks about you being your new self. That one's hard. I really, really wanted to be cool my whole life. I still want to be cool. And sometimes when you're changing and you're coming to your higher self, you just get a little bit Mr. Rogers with it. You got to get Mr. Rogers with it. I just watched a documentary about Mr. Rogers. He was a Republican and a Christian. We don't have a lot in common, but the man devoted his life to light, love, helping others, and being in touch with people's inner children. And that's what I'm all about. So if I have to be Mr. Rogers to all y'all, be like a raw dogging reality Mr. Rogers in a robe, I don't mind if I sound corny. I used to be cool. Now I'm just some corny guy who really cares about love and inner children. So be that guy. All right? Stop giving a fuck, especially about what your friends at the bar or the club think. Those people don't have your best interests in mind. Whew! Admit you don't know. Call on community. Call on your higher self. Stop giving a fuck what anyone else thinks about you being your new self. It's not up to them. It's for you. Number five, feel unconditionally. What does that mean? Fear, anger, grief. They hit, they feel overwhelming, they dysregulate you, and then you need to turn to the food, the porn, the booze, the weed, whatever it is, until you just allow it to be as it is in your body. And there's many subtleties to this. I can't go into all of it, but basically, nobody can feel for you. Sometimes you have to feel uncomfortable. If you feel a feeling fully, it probably only takes a minute and a half to let it pass through you. So maybe you never were taught how to feel the grief, the anger, and the fear that you feel. I barely know how to fucking do it. Nobody knows how to do it. But all you can do is just try to feel unconditionally. Let your body move the energy without doing anything. Maybe breathe instead of holding your breath. That's number 5. Number 6, question your limiting beliefs about these addictions. I can't stop drinking. What about when my family comes over? I can't stop smoking weed because then I'll never have any me time and I won't slow down. I can't stop jerking off to porn because my wife doesn't have sex with me. I can't stop eating ice cream because it's the only time that I'm able to calm down. Whatever it is, those are limiting beliefs, and you can do the Byron Katie work on them, or you can just say, not today, limiting beliefs, change the channel. You have to start neuro-linguistic programming that you are the type of person, you are the identity, you are the higher self that knows it can change. I fell down 1,001 times, I got up 1,002 times. That's how many times I've struggled with addiction. But I just started to say that I am an unstoppable beast. I know how to create the world I want to live in, which includes being someone who doesn't need to take anything to get out of themselves. Because I can feel unconditionally and I can handle my thoughts. Number 7, and probably most importantly, once you've integrated some of this stuff, if all you do is just work on yourself and you're a project, you're just selfing. Self. Oh, I feel this. I question these thoughts and I'm not giving a fuck, but I am doing all of it. So that's why you really have to get out of yourself and start helping others. That's what I'm doing right now. It's way more entertaining than having 2 drinks and trying to watch some TV show. I do like TV, but sometimes it's depressing if you're drinking and watching TV. Instead, I'm helping you. And the more people I help, the more lit I get. It's probably the best form of high, besides sleep and exercise, that I know, is the feeling of helping others. It's like what Hanuman said to God, or Ram. He said, when I remember who I am, you and I are one. When I forget who I am, I serve you. Well, I forget who I am a lot. In other words, I feel stressed, which is kind of a divorce from my true childlike nature. I feel worried. I feel upset. If I can put my attention on someone else, whether it's someone in my family or just opening the door for someone or helping another addict, then the chances are I'm going to be a lot less verklempt. So, 7 ways to overcome every addiction. Admit you don't know. Call on community. Call on your higher self. Stop giving a fuck about what anyone thinks about your new higher self in action. Feel unconditionally. Question your limiting beliefs. Help other people. I'm wearing Tatiana's jacket. It looks like a boxing robe, so I thought it'd be cool. Odd or God? Thank you for another great episode.